something. So I do apologize to Lottie. Oh, I see you're in here. I've had a lot of things I've been doing this week. I've been booked with swamping. I've been booked with Postmates. So I know a lot of you guys have probably seen this, the caption, and you're probably wondering like, what the hell? Well, actually, Lottie, you're not the first person that's asked me this. I've actually had people ask me this for years, like, what is my douching techniques? What is my technique for sure, like, basically unshady, shitty night? So, get your pen, get your paper, because you're gonna want to take note with this. Now, I may blunder and I may fuck up on a lot of things, but this is something I do not fuck up on. Get everything that you need. Let's see. Okay. So, waiting for some people to come in. The first thing you're gonna need is you're gonna need some incense, because you want incense if you're gonna be in the bathroom, because you're gonna be spending at least about a good 35 minutes, 45 minutes up in there. Okay, so there's a couple ways that you can do this. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask me. Okay, now you want to, now this is all on personal preference, on whether if you want to use lube or if you want to use, what is it? If you want to use lube or if you want to use Vaseline. I personally, this is just me, I personally like to use Vaseline, and that's because of the fact that it just slides in easier, okay? So I'm going to just start with like the simple technique, okay? Simple technique. Okay, for some of you guys that don't have the budget or don't have money to go to the dollar store, you can do this. You can do a water bottle. It is not my recommendation because it doesn't cover all grounds. It's actually very like, it's not, honestly, if you're dealing with a guy with a little dick, then yeah, this should be good enough. But honey, if some of you guys are size queens and whatever, that's not gonna cut it at all. Okay, so this is something that everyone can afford, and I'm pretty sure everyone can afford this. Okay, you're gonna need baby wipes. Definitely need that. But most importantly, what is that thing at? See, I have like an emergency douche always like on hand, just so I'm so disorganized. Okay. All right, so I am so fucking disorganized. Okay, we're gonna get back to that later. You can get like the disposable douche, like the Massengale douche. You can get that from your local CVS, Walgreens. Personally, that's not my thing. Oh, here it is. You can get, but see, you can get this from the Dollar Tree. Family Dollar, a dollar. If you can't afford this, then honey, you should not be bottoming. That's just all I gotta say. Okay, so we covered the grounds on that. Now, if you want to go for a more advanced type of feel, for the douche, you're going to want to take it up the next level. Okay. Now, this is really taking it up to the next level. Once again, some people are satisfied with the water bottle and the regular little douche, but honey, for certified bottoms like myself, you know, I need something a little bit more aggressive. Okay. So, that being said, this one right here, this is a reusable douche. I always recommend these because you can travel with this. This should be a part of your overnight thot bag because you can't go wrong with that. And let me just demonstrate. It's very easy. Just like any type of douche, you have two connections here, okay? Two connections. Same thing like when you open this one here, you have this part and this part. Now technically, this is not really disposable because you can actually reuse this, but it kind of gets disgusting after a while. And you can only, I would say like no more than 2 tries with that and then throw her in the trash, honey. Ugh. But one thing that's good about her, this one here, and this is actually a pretty decent one. You can actually sanitize this. You can sanitize this with, girl, I dish with Fleet Anima. Hey, if you dish with Fleet Anima, that is great for you. I mean, I'm just giving people different types of options that they can use. You put detergent inside your, detergent? No, honey, I do not put detergent inside my hole, honey. You know, I put a whole lot of things inside my hole, but detergent is not one of them. Now, that dish right there, like I said, that's a pretty decent dish. But I would say the dish of all dishes when it comes to reusable dishes and travel dishes is this one. And this one is probably not even on the market anymore. This is the infamous, some of you bottoms probably have heard of this one before. Actually, if you are a bottom, you should know about this one because, you know, every bottom should have this in their bathroom or a part of their overnight thot bag. This right here, this is the Big Man Cleanser. Cult Big Man Cleanser. That's the name of it. And the reason why this one is so good is because the nozzle is so long. You know, you can get all the way up in there and it just cleans everything out. This is actually the douche bottle that Big Dick Dana stole from me. And see, not this actual one, but see, they used to have an older version, and I actually like the older version better because you just pop it on and you're good to go. This one here, that little hole there, I don't like that. I don't like that. Like the old version, it didn't even have this little component here. And I feel like this component kind of closes off things so it doesn't get a full dish, but it's still better than this one. And definitely better than this. If you have to use a water bottle, just do this. Get one of these, dollar store. Because once again, the object of the game is you want to get up deep in that large intestine. And if you can probably get this from the dollar store too. And some double tape. Because the whole thing is that you want to create a clear tunnel. A clear tunnel so it can go right inside of your rectum. And when you squeeze it, basically all the water gushes in. And yeah, that's one thing. When you douche, it's personal preference. You can either use a toilet, you know, stand over the toilet and basically release. That easy. Basically, it's a repetitive type of thing. You basically, some people stand over the toilet and then they release. What's it called again? What are you talking about, Tyreek? Are you talking about the Cult Big Man Cleanser? Or are you talking about this one here? I forgot what this one's called. Some people know what this one is. I mean, this one here, I actually only got this because the Big Man Cleanser was in it. Is the stream acting? Oh, my stream is acting up? That's interesting. I think I have enough megabytes. Okay. So as I was saying, I think everyone is on the same page with me. The douche method is just very simple. You stand over the toilet or you stand in the shower. You basically fill yourself up with water until you can't fill yourself up with anymore. And that's all on personal opinion, okay? When it gets to full capacity, then you release, okay? Personally, I like to use the shower. And if you're going to use the shower, make sure you have a shower that has either, I'm gonna just say it. Make sure you do a shower that has a removable little drain here. Because see, if you see here, that drain here, I can just put that over that. And see, you wanna make sure you have the removable drain, because the fact that, all that defecation and bowel will just like clog up your pipes. And not the pipe that you want to be, yeah, I think I'll get the point. And you just keep doing that over and over and over until the water runs clear. Now, the dish of all dishes is the shower strain. And what it is basically this. You basically take off your regular shower strain, and then you put this on there. You screw it on there. It's very easy. And then at this part. Now see, this is why this is so powerful. Because honey, this gets all in your large intestines. It goes like deep inside your guts, and it gets everything out. And just so you can see and make yourself a believer. Okay, one thing that I like about this is that there's two totally different functions. Okay, so as you can see, this is the shower here, all right? Now, just by turning this knob up, I'm going to get the stream here. You see that? Look at that. That is powerful. With that powerful water just streaming through your body like that, it makes the douching time like less, it just makes everything just so less complicated, and you just cover more bases like half the time. The only thing that's unfortunate about this is that you can't travel with it. I mean, you could, but it's kind of technical. Like, you have to check to see that the Airbnb that you're going to be staying at allows that and everything like that. Yeah, Tyreek, the Colt Big Man Cleanser. Okay. Now, the prep part before you even do any of this shit is the most important part. Okay. Here's a couple things I want to tell you guys. Okay. Everyone, I don't claim to be a professional bottom. I don't claim to be, the know-it-all of this. But I will say this. These are techniques that I have used and they've worked for me. Okay? Doesn't mean they're going to work for everyone. I mean, some of my girlfriends, they use other things. Now, if you want to go for a deep cleansing, you should get these. You can get these off of Amazon. Super Colon Cleanse. You can also get this at the Dollar Tree. Or Big Lots, but Big Lots is going to try you. They're going to charge you $3.99 for this. But this is really good. What this is this cleanses you out. Now, I'm going to warn you. You do not take this the day that you want to get plunged. Do not. Because, bitch, you will be going back and forth to the bathroom. Because this, honey, this is like collard greens, turnip greens, all in one. Followed by prune juice. I don't know what they put in this. It's a lot of fiber in here. But this thing here, it will cleanse you out. I have seen to the point where basically I'll take this and I'll have a bloated stomach, and all of a sudden, like, you would have thought that I had like back frozen off. That's how good it is. This one is the one that you want to take too. Now you can take this after you get through douching or before. It's personal preference. I like to take it after, and that's only because of the fact that, you know, this is Imodium, you know, and it's an anti-diarrhea liquid. Now I have the liquid. You can get the pills. The pills are usually cheaper. But see, I'm such like an ongoing, like I'm on the rush. I don't have time to be like, bitch, you gotta, this is what the Imodium usually comes in. I don't have time to just be trying to rip this open, and it's kind of complicated. Honey, all I want to do is take this little cup here, drink it all. Actually, honey, I can't think of the last time I actually used this cup, because I go through this really quickly, because like I usually do a little bit more than this cup here, because I don't want to have any type of shitty kitties. Okay. Now, followed by that, Pepto-Bismol. Now, this is personal preference. Pepto-Bismol are either Tums. Some may argue that doing the Imodium should probably be, you know, enough, and it probably is. This is just my personal preference. I like to follow it up with Pepto-Bismol because, like I said, I have been scarred in the past by thinking that I, you know, got everything out, and, you know, girls, y'all know that feeling, honey. It's like he starts slowing down, and you feel it. Sometimes you don't know if it's lube or if you don't know it's, but if you don't feel it, if you don't say it, you're gonna smell it. No, I've been traumatized, so no ma'am, no thank you. So I go a little bit extreme for my prep. Okay. So this is another thing that you can do. All right. Now this is one of my secrets. I'm gonna let you guys know on this. Now this here, you can get this from Walgreens. They stopped selling this on the market. A lot of places, they used to have it like in more places. But this is Norforms. It comes in like different things. And what this is a suppository. It's a suppository. Once again, this is all extra shit. This suppository here, right here. What you do is after you're finished dishing, do not do it like while you're still dishing. After you are finished dishing, you take one of these little bad boys, you put it inside your rectum. I would say let it stay there for about 10 seconds, and then you squeeze it out, okay? You can let it dissolve in there too, but you know, that's kind of wasting it because you can actually reuse it. Now what this bad boy does, honey, if you're the type of girl that likes to get eaten out, you know, this is right here. And this is also for some of you sex changes and some of you females too. And actually some of you guys that, you know, that like to, you know, have your salad eaten out. Yes, Deanna, because a lot of people do not know how to douche. And I've actually gotten that question like over the years. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. But then I was like saying to myself, most people should know how to douche. But then I realized a lot of people don't. And I mean, I may have some tips that some other people may not use. But like I said, this is what I use. You know, I did not have anyone tell me or teach me how to douche, honey. Bitch, I was just... They used to call me Queen Chili Dog, honey, because I didn't know what I was doing. And the girls would be so shady because they knew how to, you know, but they would, you know, let me shade the trade and then have a kiki with the trade behind. Oh, girl, it's just so... So I don't want that to happen to anyone else. Okay, so, I'm going to tell you this. Now, that's basically the simple rundown of like how to douche. Also, foods to avoid. No White Castle. No dairy. No ice cream. All that will upset your stomach. Another thing too, if you can, I know a lot of y'all hoes don't like to read. This is a good book. The Ultimate Guide to Anal Sex for Women. And it tells you like everything to avoid. But this book here is not as good as this one. This is the master of all anal sex and bottom prep. I think they have the audiobook. Let me tell you, honey, they have like all types of diagrams in here. And I can say that this book saved my sex life because, you know, they basically go into details. And actually they give little simple diagrams of like the, you know, things not to do, you know. Talks a lot about like little things that you should avoid, like when you're douching and stuff like that. But yeah, that book right there. That is the ultimate guide to anal sex for men. And despite that it says for men by Bill Brandt, I will say this. A lot of my girlfriends that I have recommended the other one to, they all say hands down that they like the one for men. Because actually the one for men actually covers more bases. You know, I would say another thing too that is really good, like when you are douching. Now this is kind of risky. This is more so like for advanced bottoms. Now, if you've done all the other steps that I told you to do, the Imodium, you've done the Pepto-Bismol, you know, you've done the hopefully you've not done this, because honey, if you've done this on the day of, you are going to be giving him chocolate waterfalls. Please do not do it. It is not a pretty sight. And he's probably not going to call you again. But I will say this, if you follow all those steps, now this is kind of risky, and this also depends on your own system and how you work. If you're very hungry or so, and you want to eat, because, you know, a lot of people have starved themselves if they know they're going to, you know, have. The good thing about doing the Imodium and the Pepto-Bismol is that you can eat light. You can eat light. Because if you know how the anatomy works, you know, they say it takes a day for, you know, food to go through your system. I think it takes a little bit shorter than that, because, honey, if you have some Baskin Robbins, honey, trust and believe, honey, and you try to get plunged, she's going to be showing up later on, less than 24 hours. But, yeah, like I said, I don't recommend it, but I don't recommend that you starve yourself. But that's only for advanced bottoms. If you are, you know, advanced, because I know my system, honey, I've had like a whole chicken salad after douching, and I was still good. Okay, so that completes the overnight douching 101. Does anyone have any questions? It only takes 12 hours. See, okay, I was wrong. Yeah, because I was gonna say I think it's like less than 24 hours. But honestly, Milan, I think that 12 hours, that depends on the food. I think it takes up to 12 hours. But, honey, like I said, if you don't believe me, have some White Castle and then go and have a piece of trade afterwards. Lube, yes. Now, lube is all based on personal preference. I personally like water-based. Other people like silicone. I like water-based because water-based stays, like, wet longer. This is like a water-based lube. You can get this from the dollar store. I personally like ID. I always say to have a personal lubrication on you at all times because, you know, yes, Milan. If you eat heavy, it's going to be a wrap. But this kind of covers the bonus section here I'm going to tell you guys about. The overnight thot bag. And the reason why it's so important to have an overnight thot bag / a tweaker combat kit is because if you are in the community, are you just a plain old thot? Bitch, you may be out and about. And y'all know, in this day and age, and this internet dating or whatever, you can be at the mall shopping, you know, doing whatever, and then you get hit up by your favorite piece. And what are you gonna do? You know, because basically, honey, you're on the other side of town, and he wants to see you. He wants you to come to his place, you know. Or let's look at it even better. He has a coin for you. So you're gonna definitely make that work. So that is why you should always have like your overnight thought bag in your purse at all times, because you never know when something like that's going to happen. This is what I usually have in my overnight thought bag. Lube. Little hairspray. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yes. It's always good to have a mist, like a mist spray. Another thing that I always have in my overnight thought bag is baby wipes. You can never go wrong with baby wipes. Because most guys are, they don't have these toiletries. Some guys will, honey, half the time they don't even have a place. Honey, you think you're going to an apartment or whatever like that, and you get there and you're like, oh, my cousin just showed up. We're going to have to go to the stairwell. Oh, no. That's why I usually try. Girls, if you are a girl that have your own place and everything, I'm going to just say this. I know a lot of girls, this is very controversial. A lot of girls probably, don't have them come to your house or whatever. Okay, that may be fine and everything. Have them in the basement of your apartment building or something, or somewhere that is familiar. Because to me, when you go into someone else's domain, you don't know where, okay, you don't know that area. So basically, you don't know if nobody else is there. You don't know if there's going to be a hidden camera there. That's the new thing too. They actually have, and you can get this from Amazon. I don't know why I'm saying this, because like most people don't know this, but bitch, there are hidden cameras. There are USB chargers that have hidden cameras in them. And you can always tell when a guy is recording you, because he's doing extra. Bitch, it'll be like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Sun is out. And just look for things that are off key. If, bitch, everything is on like bright lights, and us girls, honey, especially the girls, honey, transgender friendly lighting is not fluorescent lighting. I'm only doing this because of the fact that I want you guys to be able to see this video and see what I'm talking about. But honey, just be aware of your surroundings, and see, that's just something that you don't have if you go to someone else's place. That's just me. Okay. Another thing I have in my overnight thought bag is because like a lot of guys like to lie, and I only do this because of the fact that I have a trick that I do. That's why I never do that. I have a trick that I do, and this is something that I do, and I always get money from this. I always tell the guy, oh, you're 10 inches. Okay, that's fine. You want to put some money on it? Yeah, I want to put some money on it. Okay, all right. So if you're 10 inches, then, basically you're going to give me 20 or 50 or whatever. And then if you're not, then, I'm going to give you some free sex or something. Something, you can come up with something, girl. Anyways, do the same thing that they do with us, honey. When they try to call the girl's ad, honey, trying to offer her everything but a coin. I got weed. Do you have a coin? I got drugs. Do you have a coin? I can take you to Burger King. Nigga, do you have my motherfucking coin? I mean, so this is not hard. Okay, another thing that is very important to have in your overnight thought bag. Oh, and this goes without saying. Condoms. Now, despite what most people say, when it comes to condom preference, like I said, I like my condoms nice and thin because I want it to manipulate skin, bareback, whatever. And it's usually good for him too. All right, so that is the overnight thought bag. Oh yeah, this one here, Grease. This is by Swiss Navy. You can get this from the sex store or Amazon. This has a numbing agent in it. This is good. This actually kind of covers the Tweaker Combat Kit. Okay. Now, I'm going to go through this really quickly. I did this a couple years ago when I was in New York, and I was visiting, and I was at Ashley's house. So, the reason I'm doing an overnight tweaker, The reason I'm doing a tweaker combat kit is because some of you guys may think that, oh, I don't give with guys that do drugs. You can attract guys that do drugs because you do drugs. No, wrong. You're gonna always attract guys that do drugs because guess what? You're transgender. Oh, guess what? You're gay. Guess what? These motherfuckers are not secure with themselves, so they need something to numb and suspend reality altogether. And they don't care if they show up with a limp dick. I mean, like, throw the whole man away. I mean, what use are you? What are we gonna do? I mean, bump pussy? Oh, hell no. Now, this is a very sensitive topic because I get really triggered from this. Because I get really upset when guys, like, have the audacity to show up at Queen Tatiana's house with a limp Tina dick. Ugh! But you have to combat it, and you have to be prepared for the unexpected. Okay, the first thing I would probably suggest that you do, right here, these are cock rings, okay? Now, this is if a guy has a moderate to mild Tina dick, meaning that he's probably hit the pipe or did a couple lines, and it's limp, but it ain't, like, completely gone, okay? The best ones to use are the steel ones. You can get this from the sex shop. You can also get the silicone. I mean, you can also use a scrunchie. Now, the scrunchie, I will definitely say the scrunchie is less effective. Like, the scrunchie that's on... the scrunchie that is on my my wrist. Because I know a lot of people don't know what a scrunchie is. The thing that goes around your hair. That's going to be less effective. Okay. One thing that is very effective, but is only effective with guys that have mild to medium Tina dick. And that is some good old cognac. Bitch, cognac is the secret. Actually, it's the secret to giving a guy some stamina, too. If he comes really quick. But that cognac, honey, I don't even like dark liquor. But when I discovered from this piece of trade years ago that, oh yeah, you don't want to give me Henny, you don't want to give me cognac because I'm never gonna come. And I'm like, okay, what's the problem? Yeah. So, personal preference. That's a little tidbit of information. Another part that you need to have because of your, mind you, a lot of you guys are going to probably say, oh, I don't have to worry about that. But, I've heard that so many times before, and then years later, months later, sometimes even days later, in my DMs, Fox, you remember when you were talking about that? Okay. Now, this is going to be something that a lot of people don't think of. Magnum Bearskin. This is also part of the combat kit as well as the overnight thot bag. The reason why the Magnum Bearskin is specifically for this is because, honey, this motherfucker feels... This shit right here, this Magnum Bearskin, and I am not a spokesperson for Trojan or Magnum or anything, but I will say this. I've had lots of condoms, and I've experienced them, but this one right here feels damn well near like skin. To the point, he's going to be checking himself. You may be checking yourself a couple of times, wondering if that motherfucker's still on. Because it's that thin. It is very thin. And that is the reason why I have to hide these motherfuckers. Because, honey, if you're under 8 inches, you don't need this and you're not going to be wasting mine. Oh, hell no. It annoys me when guys they know they're not big. And it's not about being big. Because I'm so over big dicks. I mean, big dicks, guys with big dicks are assholes. Now those type of people, I can say without an adamant doubt, are probably not good people. Guys with big dicks. Ugh. But anyways, yeah, the Magnum condoms. Another thing too, now this is like if you are probably partake into things yourself or like the rhino pills. The rhino pills are pretty much the closest thing that's out there on the market that you can get, like, from the sex store. That's damn well near, like, Viagra. So I guess that covers the basis of everything. I think I covered everything. Did I answer everyone's questions? Have you ever had hemorrhoids from anal? That is a good question, Alexia. You know, people do not get hemorrhoids from anal. Not to my knowledge. I've had hemorrhoids before, but you get hemorrhoids from straining on the toilet and not having enough fiber in your diet. Now, what you're probably thinking about is, you know, having like little tears or, yeah, or herpes, you know. But you do not get hemorrhoids from taking dick. You get hemorrhoids from not having enough fiber in your diet, eating Little Caesars cheese pizza like 6 times a week and not having any fiber, which can easily be solved by incorporating fiber into your diet, like apples, something else, what's something, carrots. If you don't like any of that shit, then you can always get the Metamucil and just shake it up. But yeah, you have to have an essential amount of fiber, because if you don't have that fiber, you will get hemorrhoids. And believe me, honey, that is the bottom's worst nightmare. It is nothing worse than wanting to have dick, knowing that you can take dick, but knowing that just the thought, well, just the head of anything going inside you is going to have an excruciating pain, because you have these big, large hemorrhoids that are blocking everything. Oh, that's a whole nother topic. But hemorrhoids have nothing to do with you getting fucked. I mean, yeah. Let me see if there's any other questions I did not get to. That's why I never do alcohol. When are we going to get more sissy cross-trainer client shows? Well, sissy training. Here's the thing about my sissy training. When I have let you guys view the sissy training, it's only because of the fact that it's only a couple components fall in line. It's usually because of the fact that I'm really bored and I want to make the time go by faster, you know. And part of the sissy training that I do, you know, they like to try me with the time. Like, oh, I want to stay for this much time. Okay, you want to stay for this much time. Okay, so this is how we're going to utilize the time. Second of all, there has been not one, but not actually 2 incidents where I've had one of my sissies go to another queen that happened to be watching my live, you know. And I don't know how this person got in touch with Molly Bricks, but Molly Bricks is no longer with me, honey. Molly Bricks is sissy training with another hoe. So yeah, I'm a little bit more selective about when I do my sissy trainings. Yeah, cause it's hard for a hoe over here right now. Happened to me before. Makes sense. All right, so if there's no more questions, I'm gonna go ahead and close this live off. I have things to get to. Not people to do, because, you know, yeah, my love life sucks right now. So yeah, if anyone has any more questions, say something now, or forever hold your tongue. Closed mouth does not get the dick. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.